I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts and crafts and jewelry. This the Guardians of the Geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
Holy moly! Oh my gosh! Hey, before we get to our guest today, exciting update and reminder for everybody. It is the Geekery Market coming at you on Saturday, November 9th, 2024 at the very spacious Cabarrus Arena and Event Center. This place, 30,000 square feet of geeky goodness. And I tell you, it's really good for folks like Joey and Laura, who we have extra room for you. So it's beyond ADA compliant. So you can get a scooter, wheelchair, whatever it is. And if you've got kids, you can have the double strollers, the triple stroller. You're going to have extra wide aisles. That's one thing we were able to really improve upon, which I think, no matter what your ability is or it's just extra room is nice, especially for me being a big human. It's always nice. I'm not bumping or running over small children. That's really a good thing. Anyway,
we prefer you not to do that, please. No small children.
Absolutely. And when you pull in, there'll actually be parking spaces for you. You won't have to hunt and double park people and things like that, because it's over 2,100 parking spaces, which is just amazing. And we are raising non-perishable food items for the Second Harvest Food Bank. Okay, well, all right. Without further ado, Fairy Nerdy Laura is here, and welcome. Woo!
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
And we were just talking before we started recording, but you've actually been since the very beginning.
Yep, I am one of the OGs. Apparently.
Yeah, you are a senior member of the family at this point. So, not quite matriarch status. I'll keep that, but you are definitely one of the capitans of the group for sure. So, and we've always loved having you. So,
it's one of those instant approvals once we get the application. It's like, oh yeah, we're
well, and it's like we worry until we see your app, because we're like, did she see the message? Did she see the message?
I'm always on top of it when I get the notification. I'm like, oh, yep. Like, this is my only guaranteed event every year.
Well, thank you. So talk to us a little bit about Fairy Nerdy and how you got started.
Well, I got started as a very young nerd. I've always been very artistic and creative, and basically what happened is I started running out of space to hold all the stuff I made. So I started an Etsy shop many years ago, just to clear stuff out, and then the more I got into it, the more I was like, I could do this as a business, baby. And so I really sort of doubled down on making it a business. I came up with the Fairy Nerdy name, and everybody's always like, how did you come up with this name? I'm like, I like fairies and I'm a huge nerd. It's not that complicated. So, that's sort of the very nutshell of how it started. It was just, I love to draw, and I got a degree in graphic design, and I love designing stuff, and I love just the making of stuff, and I love making stuff that I love, and then seeing other people love it as well.
So wait a second, you're telling me that you actually have a job with the college degree that you got?
Well,
because like as an English major, that just never happens.
Well, see, that English is actually my first college degree.
Oh, okay.
So I am an English major, and then I got an associate's degree in web design, and then I got my graphic design. No, I did not really get a job with the English degree. The English degree, I was like, I love to read. I don't know what else to major in. This sounds good.
I don't know. You're using English on the stickers.
Yeah, you're writing words.
Exactly.
they're all proper English. I mean, I think they are.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
And
so did you start out with stickers, or did you start out with other crafts and then just like, oh wow, these stickers are actually going?
So I actually started out doing more like hand painted stuff. I did like hand painted ornaments. I played around with polymer clay for a while, but ultimately illustration and drawing is really where my passion is. So that just kind of, I was like, I'm doing all this other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I enjoy it, but it's not really what I want to be doing, what I really want to focus on. So then I was like, well, I looked at some YouTube videos. It's like, I can make stickers. That doesn't seem that hard. And so, and stickers had sort of a big renaissance where like everybody's into stickers. I'm like, I can do this. And I really like it as an art form because it's an affordable way to collect art. And I just really like that concept as someone who is broke.
I feel that pain.
Well, and one of the things that you sell are those sticker books that are sticky, that allow you to peel them off and be able to move them around but still save them. Because I remember as a kid, when we would get the Scholastic book fairs or the other book fairs where you could buy the 100 or 76 stickers on one page.
Yeah.
And my problem was I could never commit to putting those stickers on something, because then I would have to keep that thing or else I'd lose that sticker.
Yeah.
And these sticker books that you have will allow you to be able to still peel them, have that satisfaction, that ASMR of peeling it off the page and putting it on something without actually losing it.
Save it. Let me grab it, because it's awesome. Like, no, it really is, because the paper is really smooth and like I got a sticker. I got props. So yeah, this is my TARDIS The Future is Accessible sticker after the specials with 14. But yeah, I mean, they peel right off, and I go and like screw it up. But yeah, they peel right off, super smooth. Like, you can put them in. I like them because I like to have them all in one place, and then I can keep them until I know exactly where I want to put them. And they're all in one place, and I always know where my stickers are, because I mean, you just let them lay around, you're gonna lose those.
Yeah, even if you like keep them in an envelope, inevitably some of them are just lost, and you're like, I remember I bought that sticker, but where did I put it?
Yeah,
it's not on anything. Where are the cats? Did they have it on them?
I think it's a great thing, especially for all the collectors. There's so many geeky, nerdy collectors that want everything, and I had to stop buying art and stuff, even for my friends, just because I was like, where do I put all this? I mean, the walls are full, but this is just amazing. It kind of reminds me, kind of show my age, but I used to be into color forms when I was a kid, so they'd be different, because you could peel.
I remember those,
and stick those. But this is amazing, because it's like, that's the thing. It's like, oh, I'll just put this sticker on this laptop, and then the laptop dies 2 years later, and you're like, I can't get the sticker off. I've lost it.
I use my sketchbooks a lot because I know I'm never getting rid of those. So,
that's awesome.
But yeah, it's but the sketchbooks eventually I run out of space, and I'm like, well, what?
That's amazing.
So what was the very first sticker or artwork that you turned into a sticker?
Oh my gosh. Oh, actually, I do remember. And I'm getting away. So it's a Harry Potter sticker, and I'm getting away from Harry Potter for reasons.
Obvious reasons.
But I had this really cool idea of a white feather, and it said "Swish and flick, bitches." And I like, that was the first one I did, and I loved it so much. And I'm super bummed that things have gone the way they have. So
my Hufflepuff heart is a little bit sad that I can't be all Hufflepuffly anymore.
Yeah.
And I mean, I mean, that's why we renamed the market,
Yeah.
right? I mean, originally we were the Muggles Market,
Mhm.
and there was two problems with that. Number one, the author became problematic. And number two, the other thing is that people walked in and all they were expecting to see was Harry Potter stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so much more than that. And I didn't want people to limit themselves to that. And listen, while we were doing it before all this, we had our enjoyment out of it and we loved it. And even though she as a person is problematic, the memories are still good for
Exactly.
us. So, if you feel comfortable continuing to support her, dear listener, that's your choice. But I would never want somebody to not feel included at our market. And so we changed the vibe. So, we definitely have people that still sell Harry Potter stuff, and at least it's not stuff that's going back to her and
Keep in
supporting
mind,
her.
it's all unlicensed. It's not licensed stuff, so it's fan made.
It's fan-based art, so that's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, it was totally just a personal choice to be like, I don't really vibe with this anymore, and it's really disappointing because I loved Harry Potter for 20 plus years, and now it's like I still love it, but it's
you're looking
tainted.
for other things. I find myself going, you know what? There are other fandoms out there, and there are other things that I love, so I can focus on those.
Doctor Who.
Yes. Yes, Doctor Who, because TARDIS is now accessible.
Yes.
Awesome. So that is amazing. And speaking of that, we are ending up finishing up Disability Pride Month this month here in July. And here are a couple of us right here, right?
Yep.
So for those who don't know, I have lederhosen disease in my feet. It does not mean I have an aversion to German suspenders. It means that I have little nodules in the bottom of my feet, and it's like walking around with rocks in your shoes all the time. So
that's fun.
So I'm limited to
who has no idea what it's like to walk around with anything in my shoes.
So my standing walking ability days are coming to an end, and it's about 5 or 10 minutes at a time that I can stand or walk, and then I truly get thoroughly exhausted, and it takes a while. So I spend most of my time on a sofa like this, having my feet elevated because I don't want them to swell, because then it pushes those rocks right up inside. But that was something that happened to me in 2015, that I started to develop these to a level. And so many times if you see me out in public, you'll probably see me with a cane or a mobility scooter, because the majority of the time I have balance issues and I have walking issues. So it's that. And as a result, now I have chronic pain and fatigue. I have secondary Raynaud's syndrome in my toes, where they're either always on fire or freezing cold, and starting to develop it in my hand, and stuff like that. That being said, obviously, the thing I love to do the most, talk, is not inhibited, is it, Carol?
No. No.
And I'm able to do a job that allows me to do that, to talk for a living, as well as, I still have most of the use of my hands and stuff like that. But Laura, if you want to share a little bit about your situation for our audio guests and for people who can't see below the screen.
So I am a full-time manual wheelchair user. I have a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, which in layman's terms is brittle bone disease. And I always like to say it does what it says on the tin. My bones are quite fragile, prone to breaking much easier than the average person. That does tend to go down in happening after puberty. So most, not all, most of my breaks were before puberty. But I've had a few since. So I mean, that's the gist. I'm a big advocate of disability rights. I have my own podcast about disability. I always am like talking about and hyping up. And really, that's one thing I really like about the geekery market is like you guys have always been really accepting of my feedback when I'm like, hey, this is not super, this could be better. This is not super accessible. What if you did this? And that's really appreciated, because some people are like, well, we're just trying to cram as many people in as we can. And and it's like, that doesn't work.
Yeah. And actually the reality is that obviously a lot of it I didn't know at first because it wasn't when I stand, I'm 5'10". I could see over the sea of people. But when I'm in a scooter, everybody's towering over me. And all of a sudden I'm like,
as far as the eye can see.
And it's very like claustrophobic and all sorts of things. So, definitely as we've been fortunate enough for the market to continue to grow, there was some very clear concerns that we had. So like one of the things, like you said, instead of cramming everybody in, we started putting spaces every 2 tables. So that way Carol's dying for those of us who can't see.
I'm getting over some con crud. Yeah. I'm getting over some con crud.
Yeah.
But, doing that. And then, you pointed out really it should be 3 feet, not 2 feet between the tables. And I'm like, you know what? We have the space to do it. Let's just standardize that and do that.
When you get your wheelchair wheel caught up in someone else's tablecloth and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to bring down their whole display. You really start to go,
that. And the problem is I'm a bad driver and I have an automatic scooter. And Matt can tell you, I have taken people accidentally that were sitting in chairs for rides because my basket hooked on the back of their chair and I gave them like rides. And then one time I did the tablecloth off the table trick where the tablecloth got caught in the wheels and I thought I was stopping and instead I was advancing. And so I pulled the tablecloth right off the table. So I'm always looking for advice.
Well, I'm a good driver because people tell me that all the time that I whatever. You're freezing.
You're back. Are you back?
Yes. Okay.
We're back.
Okay.
For those of us, for our listeners, there is a storm going on in the area, so it's kind of screwing with people's Wi-Fi a little bit. So, but the show must go on, so we will continue.
Indeed.
But so you're a good driver then that's good because I am a terrible driver. So I must learn from you. I'll be your Padawan.
I mean, people tell me that because they're like, I don't know what to say. You're in a wheelchair. What do I do? You don't have to say anything. Okay.
I'm aware that I'm in the chair, just so you know.
I got it. We're good. Yeah. It's a thing.
And then, so if people want to listen to your podcast, I don't think you specifically mentioned the name, but it is called the Bad Attitudes Podcast.
Yeah, it's Bad Attitudes, an uninspiring podcast about disability. And if you go to badattitudespod.com, that'll give you the list of all the places you can listen. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on all the major podcast platforms.
Yeah. And she's a lot more professional than we are. She's got it carefully edited. We just kind of let it go to the wind.
No, you clearly haven't listened to the episodes where I've had guests. It's much more freeform.
Well, now that's a goal. So I got to go back and listen. Yeah. And so do you have some of the other stickers that you can show us that you're bringing?
So I only grabbed a few out. So I showed you the Future is Accessible sticker. This one is one of the few sort of Harry Potter related ones I have. It says Obliviate Hate. And then this one I personally really like. It's my Death by Book sticker.
That's going to be my death right there. Yeah.
And then I will have a couple of sticker sheets available as well. So let's see. It's trying to blend into my background.
Yeah.
Maybe put it here, right there.
You go.
Yeah.
It's have yourself a snarky little Christmas. Because sarcasm and snark is that's my brand. And then all I want for Christmas is food. I will have those as well. So
just in time for the holidays.
And honestly, there's no telling how many different stickers I might come up with between now and then. So you never know what you're gonna get.
Your Etsy page too has so many, and I really love your after it says very nerdy. It's nerdy, sarcastic, and feminist. I love that.
That's me.
It's just it definitely sums you up. Yeah.
That's me.
So we talked a little bit about the accessibility with the Geekery Market, and this is all one floor. It is a concrete floor, so you don't have to worry about tripping over anything. We do make sure that the aisles themselves are 10 feet wide, and then every couple of tables for the vendors only is a 3-foot wide exit. This is not how you skip through.
No.
But since, as somebody who's been there since the beginning, Miss OG over here, tell people how you explain the Geekery Market to them and why they should come and first of all buy all your stickers, but also just come anyway.
Yeah,
So.
just come. Well, that's why you should come, to buy all my stuff. That's the only reason. No, I say, if you're into fandoms, if you're into fantasy, if you're into all the stuff that like got you beat up in high school, like you should come. Like, I mean, and it's so cool to see now. Literally the stuff that would get you made fun of when I was in high school. To see, people of all ages embracing it. It's one of the, like, I love how many different people I see at the market, like different ethnicities, different body types, different gender expressions. And it's just so cool that it's so inclusive. And like, that's one of the things I love about, I think, a lot of the fandoms in general. They're so inclusive. Even if their creators are not. The communities are really inclusive and really accepting. And I think that's a really awesome thing.
And I think we need to remember that even though there are small minorities of toxic fans,
Mm-hmm.
the vast majority of any fandom, they're decent people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So those toxic people will be very loud,
absolutely,
but they're still a minority.
But Laura and I will run them over. Just point them out to us. We got you. We got you.
Wheelchair bowling. Sport.
Yeah, we're not going to be in Paris for the Olympics, but we will roll
they
over
really
anybody
should add
you
wheelchair
want.
bowling.
So if people wanted to make sure that there were certain things available, because you sell out of things quickly and then you restock, and like you said, you're snarky, so you change your mind about what you're going to carry next. They really need to pre-order from you, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
And
if I am offering pre-orders on my sticker books, mostly because I have to order those from a manufacturer. Like, I designed it, but I can't put it together, unfortunately. So I am offering a pre-order for that. It's very simple. You email me, laura@fairynerdy.com. Tell me how many sticker books you want. And I will send you a PayPal invoice. And once it's paid, you are guaranteed to get your sticker books. I'll have a little spreadsheet with names, and I'll have you sign it, because I don't want somebody coming back like, I didn't get my books. And I can be like, hey, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
And so yeah, super simple. The sooner you pre-order, the better. Just because, I mean, it can take a long time sometimes to get the turnaround on the production. So I just want to make sure that I have enough time to get as many sticker books as I need. But I will have plenty on hand, even if you don't pre-order. But pre-order is the best way to guarantee you get one or more.
And remember, geek math is you pay for it now, then when
it's
you
free.
get to the show, it's free.
Yep.
So
you can spend that money elsewhere.
Exactly. Because you've already spent that money in the past.
Like on stickers, to put in your sticker.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. So
it's a win-win.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
For Laura.
Yeah. And if they want to look at the sticker book, like to look at the details and stuff, it's on my Etsy shop, which is fairynerdy.etsy.com. You can go check out the details, see some of the stickers. Maybe I'll have them at the show, maybe I won't. I've got over 100 designs, so I probably won't have them all.
Will you have the choose the bear stickers?
The what?
The choose the bear stickers?
I will. Since you've asked, I will bring them, yes.
Cool.
I thought it was going to be Death by Books.
Oh, well, I assume
that one will be there for sure. So pretty much, I can almost guarantee all my fandom stickers, or most of my fandom stickers, And all of my bookish stickers I will have.
So I definitely need to hit your booth because I need an influx of stickers.
Absolutely. And my Choose the Bear stickers, so that we will have those.
Well, Laura, thank you as always for coming and being part of the show. It would not be the same without you there.
I love it.
And we love having you. I also, if you want to go to our TikTok page, you will see an example of her booth, because she is one of the few people that I feel does a booth correctly. Nothing is more infuriating to me as somebody who goes around, and I will freely admit that I stalk other people's shows to try to find the most creative, unique stuff, and it makes sure that they come to our show so that it's all in one place. And a lot of times, or I'll see something and I'm like you said, do the lap around and come back and figure out what you're gonna buy. And I come back and like, they have no sign, there's no business card, I don't know what the name of their business is, and and there's nothing there. And as somebody who's disabled, but just as a person in general, you should have, if you are a vendor, please listen to me now, if I'm going to get on my soapbox, you should have your brand no less than 3 places. It should be on the front of your table, but if somebody is standing in front of your table looking at your stuff, people walking by aren't going to see your table. So then it should be on your tabletop, either as a QR code, as a big sign, as business cards, something. And then it should either be as a banner behind you or beside you or hanging from your tent, so that people can look up and see the name, because not all of us can look up. Yeah.
I need to get the banner, but like other than that, yeah. Like I have the Fairy Nerdy name everywhere.
Yeah, but just have your name everywhere. Have people know who you are, so they can find you and buy from you. So it drives me crazy. I was going to an event and they had taken one of my they had asked, but they had taken one of my ideas and made like a bingo card of go find these vendors and you could win a prize, right? And people were walking around the gym. Matt can attest to this. Last year. And we were the ones saying, hey, I see your bingo, because we were the only ones who had to sign up. So they knew that we were the Geekery Market. And so they could find us. And then I was like, over there is that person. Over there is that person. Because they had no signs up whatsoever. And I never have to worry about that with you. You always have your presence, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. So kudos to you on that. So come find her. It won't be hard. Just look for the big Fairy Nerdy sign.
And the purple hair. It'll look much better then. It's a little undone right now.
Yeah, my gray's coming in.
I've got my hair color appointment this Saturday. So we've got the pink instead of the red. So I totally get you. But yeah, come and see her, pre-order the sticker books. You are going to want a plethora of stickers. And the nice thing about stickers is you can buy a ton and still have money left over to go buy in other places. So
absolutely.
And again, the more you pre-order, the more free money you're going to have the day in the market. So
because you will have already earned that money back.
Exactly. And you deserve it. You deserve to buy more. Trust me.
Exactly.
All right. And listen, go check out Bad Attitudes podcast. It is a very worthwhile listen. If you want to learn how to be an ally, if you just want to know how to not offend somebody when you're talking to them, or you just want to know more, it's a great perspective, and I appreciate you for getting that word out there. So
thank you. It's definitely a passion project.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we'll see you next time, guys.
Right.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.